Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is round 2, match 3 of the HLL IASP charity tournament. In this matchup, we've got TAW versus NPA. Over Town Center. I'm here with First Lieutenant Rob.
Hey, guys.
And that's it. You don't get a third today unless Mix comes in late.
Yeah, I think we're going to get
Sorry.
joined by Second Lieutenant Mixer at some point. Another match over Town Center. Let's go. Just going to do a quick check, make sure the teams are good. Looks like nothing too crazy on the map flip. It looks like we have a 39 on 39. It looks like NPA has their full 40. One guy, TAW Bandit. Are you in Battle Metrics right now?
Yeah.
Can you swap TAW Barry Bandit? And shit, swap him again. I think we might double swapped him.
I never got to him. He might have swapped on his own.
You want to swap him then? He's still not. Oh, wait. Yeah, whatever. They're figuring it out. We'll let them solve it. Alright, so let's see. We got TW ready to get their supply truck revved. Oh yeah, real quick. I'll look from... You want to look from Railroad today? I'll look from the church side?
Yeah.
Okay. So TW is ripping and rolling. They got their supply truck coming up the main road, and they have 2 heavy, 1 medium, 1 heavy. So we'll see what kind of action they get into today. What do we got going on?
NPA. So NPA is running a heavy and a medium tank right down the middle road here. They've got a transport truck in the south and a supply truck in the north. A lot of their guys are spawned up in the north at the HQ, but they're just sitting with the truck, so I don't know what's going on there. It's kind of interesting.
Okay, just doing one last quick check on the teams. Looks like the teams are good. 40v40. Okay.
Here we got the artillery strikes, I think from the German side.
Yeah. So TAW looks like they got their first garrison. TAW is looking to show the 1 entryway into town center with artillery. They have their artillery mark up. TAW gets their first garrison, and their supply truck is now moving into town center. So TAW with the quick start here over NPA.
Yeah. That already's pretty good. If it were me, though, I'd be pushing it a little bit further up. And, okay, that's interesting. So TAW's got, or NPA's got a mark on one of the choke points to get in. So.
Yep, and that mark, actually, so that artillery round that just dropped from NPA was very close to the garrison that TAW just threw up. So TAW likes to do that massive spawn on point, but right now they're going to be having to hopefully not get completely schwacked by that artillery that's coming down. Oh, so close.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's going to be spooky. So TW is going to have to somehow sneak past that artillery. But TW does a fantastic job getting their team on point with immense speed. It looks like they might win the race to the point against NPA.
It looks like NPA is looking to control the north and the south of the point a little bit. I'm going to back up because I think I'm a little close right now.
Yeah.
There we go.
I will say Never Play Alone also likes to play a pincher movement, so they almost like to go on either side of the objective. That's exactly what
they're doing.
Yeah. This is like their textbook strategy that I've seen many times from them. Meanwhile, TW looks like they're putting at least 1 or 2 squads on the point, and they're getting some flanking maneuvering elements working on.
I'm going to pan back into the right here. Be a bit.
I did the same exact thing just so we can catch everyone. So now we're getting a lot of contact on the point. TW has a pretty commanding presence.
Tsuma's in there all alone. I wonder if he has a satchel charge just to...
Yeah, I think people are going to get tired of us asking for satchel charges, but that's going to be too bad, because satchel charges are everything in Hell Let Loose.
I would say that they're the most important on this map. If you have to do any kind of building clearing, it can be not worth it most of the time if you just simply get in there with the satchel charge. Anybody in the building's gone. We've got a recon plane going over for NPA, so they've spotted all the TAW troops.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'll say TAW's secured one key building position in town center. However, NPA has pretty good map control over the, I guess, the railroad side and as well as the church. So it's so hard to dislodge folks from that town center position. So it'll be interesting to see if this wide approach from NPA is enough to be able to dislodge TAW.
I mean, it looks like TAW has 2 out of the 3 key buildings on this point taken. They don't have the Vim's building, which is towards the top of the street, towards that massive courtyard type area, held, and I think that could be a mistake if MPA decides to exploit it by putting a machine gunner on the top floor of that. It has such a huge sight line.
I think right now we see TW as a firm grasp over the middle capture zone. However, it looks like MPA has successfully engulfed all the surrounding flanks.
Yeah, they've just encompassed most of the entryways into the point. So, yeah, they've just completely surrounded it.
So it's going to be a matter of who can keep their outposts up. Because currently TW actually does not have any outposts within the point. But if they're able to get this cap, that would be a huge... They can secure it. Because that's going to do a pretty significant wipe for NPA.
There it goes.
Wow. So how is NPA responding? They're getting their outposts back up?
2 of their squad leads have put theirs up, but I think a few may have been dead at the time.
Yeah, that first wipe is always very challenging to avoid. And it's really puts a lot of pressure on those SLs to keep themselves alive, have that map awareness to know it's coming, and not give it up. So even though NPA lost the initial cap, it looks like they're pretty quickly getting it back.
Yeah, it is simply because they have people surrounding the point, but NPA might run into difficulty if any of TAW's guys are heading to derailed.
So, Sparrow, I actually think that by setting it to always, I don't actually see capture progress on town center.
I do.
Oh, maybe I'm too far away. Okay. Let me move in a little closer in that case. How far are you?
I am partly over the rail yard.
No, I mean meters from town center.
266.
That's interesting. Yeah, it's not showing me the cap progress. Maybe it's because it's the defensive cap. Maybe it only shows the red bar over the top because you're capturing.
Maybe. Yeah, I see a blue and red bar. They're about 60% there, around 50-60%.
Okay. So this
Yeah,
might
it looks...
go the other way. Yeah, I was gonna say, so this might go the other way, although TW still has a good sight, one squad size element on point. They're taking a pretty wide approach trying to prevent NPA from getting in.
Yeah, it looks like most of the TAW troops on point still are stuck in the alley house. And anytime they leave, there's just artillery waiting for them.
Oh, there we go. Now I can actually see the HUD is working properly. That was weird. It's just like a little glitch. So it looks like NPA might... Oh, you actually have to point your cursor at it so it shows you the cap progress. I see.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting. So it looks like Never Play Alone's getting that cap, which is going to be pretty difficult. So TW has no one on Mount Helios to defend. However, it looks like they've been able to prevent getting wiped, as most of their SLs are now getting their outposts back up. So really heads up play from TW to make sure that they don't get that full wipe after the attack.
Yeah, there's a recon element right now placing down a garrison near Mount Helios to maybe NPA is going to pull off some people to go attack.
Yeah. Currently, there's not a single soul from TAW on Mount Halias, so I think they're all in on the assault. Just everything they got, hit that attack, and we'll see how it works.
Yeah, that recon got the garrison down. If he just simply pushes in, he'll be good.
Yeah. It's a pretty good fight over the first point, back and forth in the first 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And now we're getting cat progress going back towards TAW.
There we go.
And TAW has a pretty commanding presence on town center. You know, that one courtyard on the US side that TAW is occupying, it's so challenging to get people out of it. Just as Never Play Alone gets a fresh spawn on the church side, those two places to have outposts are really everything for town center.
That's for sure. It does appear that TAW's been able to hold, or not TAW, NPA's been able to hold off against the assault for a little bit longer.
Yeah, and I actually kind of like what TW is doing. I am a big fan of this. Load the box up, all out attack, and say, hey, you know, if you guys want to go try to capture the next point, good luck, because the second you drop even a couple people, we're going to be recapping on you guys. And I think the fight right now is really going
There's a
to...
bombing run coming in.
this could be big. Oh, that was right on point. And it looks like it might have been able to take out the TAW outpost on point. It's hard to say. The markers are all over. A lot of friendly kills on that one.
Was it friendly kills? I thought that was a tower airstrike.
Oh, it was TAW. I disregard. It seemed it was unable to take out the outpost. Really, the fight right now is going to be about whether it's TAW or NPA, who can drop the outpost from the other team that's currently on point.
There's a bombing gun coming in from NPA right now, going up that alleyway to that major courtyard on the... Well, it's going to be my right, your left.
That was like almost the same bombing run. That was pretty effective. That got a good squad size element killed for TW.
Yeah, they cleared out all the infantry that was pushing in that way.
Yeah. So it looks like with that bombing run, NPA is starting to once again get some defensive progress.
Yeah. NPA is just doing a really good job with responding to a threat on point, it seems.
And I think TAW equally so is doing a fantastic job as we have an armor fight going down in the center of town center. Ooh, both slugging it out. Oh wow, just had a ricochet come over my camera. That was crazy.
It's the magnet in Rob's helmet.
Yeah, right.
Just...
And now it's really just a massive back and forth. TAW not giving up any pressure on the point, forcing NPA to play this pretty defensively. You know, TAW has put fire team size element, maybe 3-4 guys back on Mount Halias, but I feel like Never Play Alone is not feeling comfortable with abandoning town center in any light to go hit that attack.
Yeah, I think that might be a mistake. Well, you need to be able to hold the point for a good amount of time, but if you start applying any pressure to the next point, it'll draw some people back inevitably.
This is true. I will counter though to say that Never Play Alone has yet to really been able to maintain cap pressure. And the problem then is just if every time you go attack, you're already losing the cap race. So unless Never Play Alone can really get security on town center, there's really not much you can do. And right now, maybe they'll send their recon unit or something to harass Mount Halias.
Never Play Alone only has a single garrison even on the point, really. And it's right on that corner house heading to church. So they could lose this cap race just simply due to the fact of not having enough garrisons in the area.
I will.
Well, as soon as I say that, they have 2 in the D line fairly close.
Yeah. Meanwhile, TW maintaining armor superiority here. That Tiger did win that armor fight, but they might be in danger here. Ooh, and there they go. So neither side with armor superiority, as both appear to have lost their armor assets. Well, TAW still has at least one armor on town center, but Never Play Alone's AT is all over them. But we might see the cap flip here once again, and there it goes.
Man, there goes that tank.
Wow, this is awesome, man. 3 back and forths in the first 20 minutes. Great play from TAW and Never Play Alone, as Never Play Alone immediately starts to get cap progress going back in their direction. Now, I almost wonder if I'm TAW, knowing that it's going to be a back and forth, part of me would almost want my recon. This is a good example of where I would want my recon element ready to strike that next point, just to give them a little pressure, make them think, to keep them honest. Usually, I'm not a fan of having the recon do much other than on the point that you're currently trying to take. But in this scenario where it's always going back and forth, it could really make a huge difference.
Yeah.
And it looks like Darth Morty has actually been able to get in there and dislodge the one and clear out the one TAW squad that was really locked into town center.
Yeah, now if NPA could get on point and take those houses, looks like Darth Morty is taking up that alley house. And Dyslexia United, while he's not in the corner house, he's pretty close to it.
Yeah, I would say it looks like this cap is definitely going towards NPA, as TW doesn't seem to have anyone quite within striking distance to get back into town center.
This is a pretty brutal back and forth here on the point.
Yep, it looks like to me that this is pretty solidly going to go back towards NPA for this cap.
Yeah, NPA has more people on the point, but they have more people, but they're not in good positions.
Well, it's interesting that neither NPA nor TOW really has any control over those key housing positions on the town center itself as it flips back over to NPA. So it'll be interesting to see who gets to occupy those key housing positions first, as it looks like Dyslexic United is starting to take a position in the alley house. We have cap pressure on Mount Halios, so it looks like NPA was ready to do a quick 1-2 punch. Sparrow, do you want to rotate to Mount Halios?
If you can rotate the Mount Halios, that'd be cool.
Okay, I got it.
There's still more action on Town Center right now.
Okay, I'll rotate over to Mount Halios to see what's going on there.
Yeah, it's a single recon element capping the point, so I think NPA has realized that there's a weakness in TAW's offense, and that's the fact that they have nobody defending.
Yeah, TW does have one squad element that I'm assuming just redeployed to get onto Mount Halios, and there they go. They got a full 6-man squad just redeployed onto Mount Halios to get it back under control. And that's what I mean, like, just one recon unit was enough to pull 2 squad elements completely off of the attack. Meanwhile, TW's only garrison for town center has gone down, and it seems like they might be in might need to rebuild their assault here shortly.
I've rotated the action because now more people are coming from the railroad side than they are coming from down the road.
Yeah, so I'm covering Mount Halios, and if you want to get the in-between.
Yeah, I've got the in-between between the point and town center.
Yeah, it looks like we have a good 1 to 2 squad size element from NPA and a good 2 squad size element on from TAW on defense offense.
Yeah, I see TAW is kind of taking the northern side near factory on Carrington here. So, and they're kind of pushing and spreading across. Commander on NPA side, settle in, own town center. So, which they're pretty close to doing. They've kind of pushed out a little bit more than I would have. But hey, I'm not in this game.
Yeah.
I'm just
Meanwhile,
the admin.
yeah. Meanwhile, we have TAW spreading out and getting a pretty firm defensive presence on Mount Halias. And we did see some artillery from Never Play Alone striking into Mount Halias, but for minimal effect. And this is a very difficult point to attack, as you know, it's literally just trenches surrounded by open field. So it looks like STAW might maybe moving an armor asset in on defense. And it actually looks like Never Play Alone's artillery has actually successfully cleared a lot of the infantry presence on Mount Halias. So they were able to spread that out and actually get some pretty effective kills as NPA is starting to move in to take the point. And now we're starting to get cap progress from Mount Halias as Never Play Alone makes their way into the point. Meanwhile, TW only has 3, maybe 4 units on the defensive.
Yeah, there's still a good number on the attack here, but they've been kind of pushed back a bit far. They've lost their presence near the church, and they're all kind of coming from the Mount Halias direction, so NPA can easily rotate their defense here.
Yeah, and it looks like TW's up to
Oh, it already just hit a truck on its way into town center. It didn't blow it up, but it spun it around.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it looks like Never Play Alone is locking down. The only garrison is out, and now it's down to 1 outpost to defend on Mount Halias.
Artie just took out the transport truck on town center. It looks like TAW's starting to push in a bit more.
It's all for naught, though, at this point. The cap progress is pretty heavily favored for Never Play Alone, as they have 2 sections aggressively assaulting with no TW garrisons, only 1 outpost that's in danger of going down. As NPA Bubbles,
There's
I
a
think, is
bombing
sniffing
run
them
coming
out.
over right now.
Yep, and it looks like Bubbles NPA is about to take out the only outpost that is being used to defend. And there we go. Yeah, TAW is not going to win this cap unless, with only 4 members of TAW on the defense and no SL, no spawn. I think it's a pretty dire situation right now for TAW's
There's
defense.
a bombing run coming in on town center this time.
Yeah.
Wasn't super effective.
I will say TW, Delps, and Mystic giving it a hell of a fight, keeping Never Play Alone off the point, but without those spawns, man, they're giving it their all. They literally just won a 2-on-7 gunfight. But I don't think it's going to be enough. As armor, I might have spoken too soon as the armor asset comes in, but again, it's so debilitating. Even winning those gunfights when you have the NPA has their outposts, and just not having those respawns makes it so tough. Even though TAW Delps is a 1-man army over here, just drops another. Wow, another one, and there goes probably is going to be going to cap here real shortly. And Second Lieutenant Mix has just hopped in. Hi, Second Lieutenant Mix. How you doing?
Good, good. Just getting myself up and running here. Got my coffee. I'll provide some action footage for you guys today.
Nice. So it looks like somehow TAW is holding on by the skin of their teeth on Mount Halias, but looks like
Town
that.
Center has no more NPA in it right now,
Yeah.
and is getting surrounded by TAW, so they might get
Well, the
start
cap
getting
just
cap
went to
progress here.
Mount Halias just was captured, so that's at 104:15 seconds. So let's do the math there. So what are we looking at? 49 minutes, right? And 15 seconds.
I'm honestly not good at the mental math. I gotta write this
Yeah,
down.
it's 49 minutes and 15 seconds. In-game time to hold to win the match. So TW has still 49 minutes and 15 seconds in game to recapture Mount Halias. Mix, make your own squad so that you can see markers and such.
Good call.
So NPA now is committed. Whew, they've made that massive redeploy where TW doesn't really have anyone in striking distance to recap Mount Halias. So, Second Lieutenant Mix, you have a really interesting perspective here. The 7 Cav match yesterday, you were commanding as 7 Cav was desperately trying to recap Mount Halios and was able to get it done in 14 minutes and 53 seconds, just 7 seconds shy to prevent the Mercy Rule. After a pretty significant reset, what were you thinking? What are you thinking in this moment? Like, what would you want TAW to be doing?
Well, I haven't gotten a chance to get in and really look at the map yet. But I mean, to be honest, I was thinking, how do we lose that? I think the thing that saved us is we were able to get an airhead in right away and got some pressure on the point before they could really get settled in. Because once they get themselves established with garrisons and everything, it gets real hard to break it down because you're out of resources. At this point, they're on borrowed time. They got to use what they have conservatively and effectively because they're not getting anything more.
So what we see from TAW, their last bit of supplies, they use it on a supply drop to put an F7. I believe you won't. I'm surprised they drop it there, as they won't be able to get a garrison, as it's too far outside. That's 3 grids deep into the enemy zone. But now it looks like TAW is starting to make their approach back into Mount Halias.
Yeah, it looks like MPA is starting to build structures on the point just so that they can shoot down onto anybody advancing from not Rail Causeway, but I can't remember the name of the last point on the German side, on the very bottom of the map.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure which one that's.
It's
What's that
something
called
Manor,
either?
I think. I gotta say though, with that airhead yesterday, not to talk about other matches during this one, you were very lucky with that airhead. You had enemy troops probably within like 25 to 30 meters of the airhead itself.
Yeah, it was literally within 2 seconds of getting dropped, which is pretty impressive. One of those games where seconds really make the difference. So we'll see what TAW can do with about. Got almost.
Hey, just to help our editors out, would one of you guys pull up your clock at the same time as me so they can get us synced?
Oh, here's what you want to do. You want to go into your options, go to gameplay, and then fifth from the bottom, there's a setting called like display UI or something like that, you can set that to always on.
So
I'll actually double check it right now.
we're looking at.
It's HUD display mode.
So we're approaching the 10-minute mark for TAW to recapture Mount Helios. And Sparrow, you're watching Mount Helios now, yeah?
Yeah, I'm on Mount Helios
Okay.
now.
So make sure you just keep an eye on the map to make sure everyone's staying in bounds.
Are you looking north or south?
I'm looking from the edge of the map. So
This is such a tough push what TAW is trying to do right now because it's all open fields.
and no fuel to get in that heavy armor support that would be super useful for getting across.
Yeah, what TAW needs to be doing here probably is getting some garrisons up north in the red zone that they can operate from.
Well, they do have supplies in the G7 area. I wonder if they can. Yeah, like I'm looking at Alpha Squad that's sitting on Town Center right now. They just push south, get a garrison established. That could be huge to apply pressure on Mount
They
Helios.
can't use those supplies in the F zone. They got to get something in GH.
Oh, even if it's within range, they just get locked out.
Yeah, they're locked out there. But they do have a supply truck they could use to maybe get something happening.
See, I thought it would just say that like the garrison, you just won't be able to build the garrison in the zone. But I think you might be close enough to the map edge that if you played around with it, you might still be able to use those supplies for a garrison.
The ones in Fox 6 in the center of it are only 50.
Oh yeah, so no kosher there.
Anyway, that's like 100 meters. I don't think you can do it. TAW is starting to make a little bit of a move here. I don't know if they
Yeah.
can sustain, but
Slowly
Yeah,
but
they've made their
surely.
way up the hill.
I mean, they have a really great forward pressure now. If I'm the commander, I would be definitely looking at Alpha Squad to try to push south. Not a whole lot they're going to be doing on Town Center at this point. You know, with only they're approaching, what is it, about 8 minutes left? Yeah, I would not be thinking about getting the quick recap. I would definitely just want the Mount Helios, as that coming back from that mercy roll is very tough. Oh, nice artillery marked by the commander for TW. As they have just enough to launch maybe 1 or 2 rounds.
looks like NPA is making defenses.
Definitely trying to, but TAW's applying a little bit too much pressure for them to be able to actually build it.
I don't know. I'm looking at a pretty significant set of walls here.
I find Area Parent to be kind of funny as commander because he's just typing his commands in chat.
If it works, it works.
Yeah, I guess so. Need sentries of our garrisons, sentry defenders of our garrisons. Own the FG7 line. Be your own man. Clean your room.
There's a lot to be said for commands that you don't have to hear in the middle of a gunfight.
That's true. That was a fairly
Anything you can
effective-
do to keep comms clear is to the good.
Now we're seeing TAW's Alpha Squad starting to make their way from Town Center south. And that could be a huge difference maker. If they can get in there, swipe some garrisons, a couple of outposts, that might be all TAW needs to get back into this fight.
If they can get 2 support guys to coordinate and get themselves a garrison built around where Alpha is, that would be a big game changer, possibly. But they haven't got much time to change the game, have they?
Nope, they're hitting the 5-minute mark.
Got a bombing run coming in for NPA. I
Oh, that
think it's
was
gonna
on
hit.
the point.
Yep.
Yeah, that was brutal. So we're approaching about 5 minutes left to recap, and the official time is 49 minutes 15 seconds. And now we see TW does have 2 heavy tanks up, and they're starting to really put a number on the NPA position. Be interesting to see if that's enough to give them the oomph they need to get across.
Yeah, I got really confused for a second because I was watching Thin Kelvin and he was shooting his machine gun and there was smoke coming out. And I was like, man, he's causing a lot of smoke for his machine gun. And somebody just smoked his position out on TAW.
Now we see both armor assets from TAW getting aggressive, which I totally respect the play. With under 4 minutes left, you know, it's all or nothing at this moment.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, but NPA has effectively all their guys on the point, and they've got more tank support coming up, so we're gonna have to see what happens here. There's a bit of a tank battle going on. Just to the
Yeah, if this dynamic changes, it's going to be because of armor. I don't think anything is going to force the infantry battle that quickly anymore.
Yeah, we're approaching that 3-minute mark, so they're in crunch time.
That's for sure. One of the tanks have just pushed up and have kind of crossed into their zone. Can you take out OPs with the tank by getting close with them, or no?
No, you'd have to shoot the OPs.
Oh, big move from a TAW tank here.
Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't get stuck in the trenches.
Oh, it's stuck.
Oof.
And boom. But again, they had to try something.
Yep.
Yeah, there's not more you can do there.
Getting close to the 2-minute warning.
NPA doing a good job controlling that northern flank.
Yep. And it's interesting, they actually rotated their armor support down south.
Yeah, they pushed out from the strong point, which is what you want to do. Check out TAW running the supply truck up the back, though.
Probably gonna be too little too late as we're about to hit the 2-minute
agree.
mark.
They've also been spotted, but it's a good attempt anyway.
Really Thin Kelvin from NPA consistently on that MG, just really raining fire or death down on those open fields, making it really hard for TAW to penetrate.
TAW is looking to put a garrison right about where we dropped that airhead yesterday in the same situation, but they were waiting for him. Oh, that was a tank. The 76 said no.
Whew. Tough.
That's not a battle you're going to win. Supply truck versus 76.
So we're at the 1-minute mark in about 10 seconds.
And there's no overtime, so that just puts it out of reach for TAW. It's all academic now. Correct?
Yep. So let's do the score check.
Give me a countdown.
Yeah, we have about 45 seconds.
I love the way NPA has this recon vehicle posted up.
All right. Give me a countdown.
Yeah, we still have about 15, 20 seconds. I'll give you the 5 second countdown.
Sorry for the silence here, guys. My desktop audio is what captures the audio for this game.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and flip it.
Well, guys, by the time I got in, it was all over.
You missed a good. The town center cap went back and forth 4 times. You missed a good opening play.
Oh, that's good to hear. It's always a bummer when it's just sort of decided from the start.
Did you do a 1 or 2 flip?
I only did one. I gotta do another one.
Hey, do you guys tend to stop recording in the middle or keep it rolling?
Nah, just keep it rolling.
It's just
Our,
easier.
our file sizes are smaller now, so it's a lot easier.
All right, so let's
Hopefully,
see.
I won't get corrupted again.
So TAW should be on the Axis now, and NPA should be on the Allies, right?
Yeah, NPA's on the Allies now. Mix, I need to talk to you about your OBS settings.
Yeah. You want to talk to me about it now before we start another match? I can just stop and we can maybe sort it out.
Yeah, we can do this pretty quick. So I need
Okay,
you
I'm
to
gonna
go
stop
into
recording.
Cool.
Go.
I need you to go into your OBS settings, go to output. You're going to change the recording.
Wait, is it tools, I suppose you mean?
No, you go to file and then settings.
File settings, check.
All right, go to output. You're going to change your video bitrate to 5,000. I'm assuming you have a 1080p monitor right now.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, you're going to change the video bitrate to 5,000. And you're going to set your recording quality to be same as stream. Got it?
Wait, so video bitrate 5,000, recording quality
same as stream. You click on that and there'll be a drop down.
Okay, it didn't let me do it and then apply.
Yeah.
Done.
Next quick thing is you're going to be on Action Cam.
Yep.
Go to hotkeys, set a push to talk for your microphone.
I mean, I already have one for TeamSpeak.
You need a second one because OBS is always recording your mic when you hit start recording. The idea is that when we go into the video editing software, it looks like a spike where you say like, hey, check out the last few minutes. We'll pick up your audio from TeamSpeak in another from somebody else's recording.
Right. So I need to set up a different push to talk.
Yeah. Or you just do voice capture on TeamSpeak, which is what I'm doing. And what we probably should always do is voice capture when we're doing admin stuff, so everything we say is recorded. It's definitely best practice.
Yeah, I figured I was just sort of like a different guy, like not an admin, just a cameraman today. But I can do it. I can definitely do both. All right, I got to figure out a key now. Jesus.
So we'll flip in about a minute.
Okay, so I'm going to push to talk when I get good footage, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the only other thing you have to do is change turn off your desktop audio in the capture. That'd be the only other thing, but that's not a big deal. Everything else is fine. You could probably start recording because we only got.
I mean, I've got it at 0 so in game, so
that should work. So
Yeah, I don't know if you pick up the TeamSpeak.
okay. Where is that? That's also in tool settings. I mean, you could just mute my track, right?
yeah, that's true. That's the
Yeah.
plan. So all right.
We'll flip in 30 seconds.
Okay, I'm recording. And I'll switch to non-push to talk for TeamSpeak.
Give me a countdown.
Yeah, I'll give you a 5-second countdown. 5,
Check.
4, 3, 2, 1, flip.
You guys reading me?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.